will give this precisely 10 minutes, Capitano. Then we cast off, and we should be with Sun by lunchtime. Grazie. Welcome to Malta, Mr. Masters.
This is Worldwide, my partner.
How do you do?
A great pleasure. Can I get you something to drink? Anything you like?
No, not for me.
No.
Thank you.
Well, please sit down.
Thank you.
I will see you later, darling. I must apologize for Mr. Sun's absence, but he has urgent business which he has to attend.
So do we.
Yes, I understand from Mr. Sun.
Has he had the opportunity of seeing our proposals?
I believe he has.
And?
Delicate. You are both obviously aware of Mr. Sun's association with Freya Holdings.
We're also aware of his association with Freya Senior, Sir Edward, and the Hudsons.
Then you must appreciate the situation. Power struggles between families are difficult enough. When business is also concerned, well, let's just say Mr. Sun wouldn't want to be forced into a position of taking sides.
I realized that the minute you cancelled the meeting.
Oh, I'm sure Mr. Sun wouldn't be so calculating, would he?
Indeed not.
Nevertheless, he might take a different view if he were able to predict the possible victor in any power struggle.
Perhaps.
Or if he realized that Leisure Cruise has the full backing of Sir Edward and the Hudsons.
I'm sure he would find that extremely interesting.
Now, this marina development, I gather there could be a place available on the consortium.
There could be, assuming, of course, a member dropped out.
What, someone like Freya Holdings, you mean?
A possibility.
In order to do business, we have to have something firmer than just possibilities.
Well, I'll discuss the situation with Mr. Sun and come back to you within 48 hours.
How was it?
Like a dream. Just another tweak on the steering gear, and we've got ourselves another winner with My Little Pelican. I'll just go and tell the lads about it. Oh, and I'll give some thought to Charlie Freer.
Don't take too long. We'll be facing him in a day or two. He's due to take delivery of the 6-meter, remember?
Maybe we should hold it first.
Maybe we should. Especially after the message he left earlier. He's finally decided what name he wants painted on her. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Battle cry.
Well, he'll do a lot of crying if he messes us around. Right, I'll catch up with you both later for lunch, okay? On me. Hello, Greg.
What's got into him?
Dunno.
Oh, must be something. He's full of the joys of spring.
I don't think that's anything to complain about.
I wonder what's going on. And more important, will it last?
Oh, yes. Yes, I think so.
Thank you.
These figures are very good. No one can doubt this. Ah.
Mr. Masters, Sabio Fernandez.
Mr. Fernandez.
Laura Wilde, how do you do?
Great meeting you both at last.
Please sit down.
Thank you.
Well, nice to see you.
Thank you.
Good of you to come.
Thanks.
Would you like a drink?
Yes, I would. Whiskey, please?
Whiskey.
Your file was brought over for me this morning. An impressive product range.
Yes, we think so too. That's why we're keen to export.
So are your competitors. Relton Marine?
Yes, we realize you're in negotiation with Relton.
You should also consider Avril Rolfe. He's a good friend of mine.
She's also a good friend of mine, Mr. Fernandez. And she'd be the first to point out that there's very little room for sentiment in business.
Evidently not. Otherwise, wouldn't be here discussing it.
You seem very down this morning, Gerald. You all right?
Yes, I'm fine. Fine.
Take a look at this. Do you know any of the people on there? And if so, do you see any connection between any of them?
No. And therefore, no. Oh, no, wait a minute. Toby Farrington, he owns shares in Relton.
They all do. They also own shares in Rotherhithe Cable.
Oh, that's been on the skids for some months now.
Precisely. But this is Farrington & Co.'s lucky day. I intend to relieve them of all their Rotherhithe Cable stock at the New Year price.
Oh, God, you'll lose a fortune.
No, not if I also get their Relton shares as part of the deal.
Hey, look, Charles, I really do think that you ought to hold fire on this one. Just let everything die down for a bit.
As always, I appreciate your advice.
And as always, you're going to take no damn notice of it. Sorry.
All right. What's the problem?
Laura Wilde. I think I've been a bit of a fool. We were due to have dinner last night, and I think the phrase is, she stood me up.
What else?
Well, I've been giving some thought to your suspicions about her. You know, that business with the file of Ken Masters that she gave me? You know, if she'd cheat on her own partner.
Yes. There's no doubt she's up to something.
Yeah.
Cheers.
There you go.
Thank you. Here's to a successful morning's business.
We hope.
With Sir Edward and the Hudsons on our side, sounds bound to come through.
What about Fernandez?
I don't think we have to worry about him. He'll accept our proposals.
I wouldn't be too sure about that.
Sam has Fernandez in his back pocket, Ken.
Maybe. But there's something about Fernandez. He wasn't very supportive over Avril Rolfe.
Doesn't strike me as the sort of man who'd support anyone. He's out for himself. I wouldn't trust him an inch.
No, I don't. That's why we've got to play it all very carefully.
Now, I've had some ideas about how we're going to play it, Ken. That contract is as good as signed.
How can you be so sure?
I'm going to expedite negotiations and tip Avril off. Avril's a friend of Fernandez. She's also a friend of mine. If you can't trust your friends, who can you trust?
What's all that going to achieve?
Avril's export order, Ken. You just wait and see.